Now is the greatest time to be alive. Right now is an amazing time to be alive. This is, without a doubt, the best time to be alive. Am I crazy or what? Live a happy, freedom, life. So this is my birthday month, and I always think about the past year and the upcoming year. Made another trip around the sun on this rock here, and I want you to feel good about being alive, even though everything that's going on. And, my banner on my YouTube channel is live a happy freedom life in an everything going wrong world. And I truly want you to be happy. So buckle up, buttercup, and keep your hands and feet inside the car at all times, because this is just me and you in the camera and totally unscripted. So here we go. I do want to share a quote, and my phone went to sleep here, that this is the quote that I read in 2004 that got me started on this whole event of why I'm standing right here where I am today. Normal is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work, driving through traffic in a car that you are still paying for in order to get to a job that you need so you can pay for the clothes and the car and the house that you leave empty all day in order to afford to live in it, by Ellen Goodman. And that really symbolizes I was living a normal life. I went to college back in the 70s, and I was environmental and off-grid and solar and wind, and I considered buying 40 acres of land out in the middle of no man's land. And then life catches up with you, and all of a sudden you find yourself in a normal job. You got a house in the suburbs, you've got a car payment, you're driving to a job through traffic that you don't like, and paying for your clothes and all of that. And then in 2004, I had my aha moment. I saw that quote, and I just said at that point, my life was going to be different. And I'm nobody special. I just made the choice that my life was going to be different. Sold everything that we owned, sold the house, sold all the vehicles except one, so that we could drive. And my phone's going crazy. Let me turn the volume down. And, that's just the way that it is. So I want you to be happy. I want you to feel good no matter what's going on. I don't care if there's food shortages. I don't care if there's inflation. That stuff just happens. And there's nothing that you and I can do about it. So we sold everything, and if you're kind of new to the channel in the last umpteen years here, is we bought a sailboat, and we lived full-time on a sailboat. And we bought a boat that was solid, but nothing worked on it. The water system didn't work, the electrical system, the refrigerator was broken, the stove was broken, and we spent all of our time, fixing everything up and making it livable. We pooped in a bucket in the boat for the first couple of years, and truck with big mud tires. And, that's it. So, and again, in my life, I've lived in middle-class suburbs with all the amenities to shacks with no running water, relatives with outhouses on the farms, and everything in between. So we lived on our boat for 9 years, and then we decided as we were getting older, another couple trips around the sun on this rock, and we decided that we were going to, look for a homestead. So we looked and looked and looked, and we ended up, where we are here today, and we've been here a little over 8 years. And this place, that's the thing too. You've got to be realistic in what you can get. Nobody wanted this place. It had no heat. The water pipes were busted. The electrical system, was questionable. And so we bought it, the roof was leaking. I couldn't even get a homeowner's policy on it until I put a new roof on the house. I put the roof on the house. That's what you do when you're a homesteader, jack of all trades. Is I carried 42 sheets of OSB. That's 4 feet by 8 feet. Carried them up the ladder one at a time. 42 sheets of OSB onto the roof. I had an entire pallet of the 3-tab roofing shingles. Carried one of those, and they're like 65 pounds a piece or something like that. Dozens upon dozens upon dozens of those, up onto the roof. Did the nails, by hand. Everybody's like, why don't you rent a nail gun or what? And I just did it the good old-fashioned way. Put in a propane furnace that we use for our backup, because you got to have normal heat, again, for things like homeowners insurance. We heat with the wood stove. The video I made the other day was talking about, wood heat and firewood, so if you missed it, you might want to check that out. And it's just all of those things of you deciding that you're going to be happy. When you get up in the morning and you're alive and you're converting oxygen into CO2, it's a good day. And you've just got to ignore all that baloney that's going on out there in the world and make do with everything that you can do. You can grow your own food. You can chop wood to heat your house. And if you've got to poop in a bucket, it's really no big deal. And I've started a fun little series. YouTube now has these things called shorts that are 15 seconds. You can actually make them up to a minute now, but I'm sticking with the 15 seconds. And I've got 3 or 4 of them up that I've done real recently, because we've been so busy on the homestead with getting ready for winter that I haven't had a chance to make a full-length video like this for you. And that's why today I'm just winging it here. So I hope this is making sense. But because YouTube is, the thing about YouTube is it's free for me, as I can upload and share our life and what we're doing to help you. You can watch them for free. Doesn't cost me anything to make them. Doesn't cost you anything to watch them, which is really amazing. So that's what's so nice. And yet, so the hijacked my own conversation there. So the little shorts that I'm making is called the Poop Scoop.
The Poop Scoop.
Which I'm hoping will be fun. Just little snippets of motivating, funny things. And because, again, you might as well laugh at everything that's going on, because I can't do anything about the food shortages. You can't do anything about the food shortages. We do have electricity here at this homestead. We've lived off the grid before. When we were on the sailboat, we were off the grid for a whole year after Katrina happened. And, that's we like being off the grid, but when we moved here and we got everything rigged up, and just down the road from us, just maybe a mile or so, our road is about 2 miles long when you hear a car go by, and they just paved it, which I wish they hadn't have paved it, because it was better when it wasn't paved. But the main highway is up that way, and then it goes down to the road that runs on the state line, and it's about 2 miles long and straight as an arrow. But about a mile or so down the road is the county water company. And so they keep the trees trimmed, and the minute our power goes out, their diesel generator kicks on, and the county knows that the power's out on this road. And our electric bill is like $65 a month. We've got LED lights. I have a timer on the water heater, so it just comes on for a couple hours in the morning. And we use hardly any electricity. And 2 months ago, our bill was almost double, because they had this crazy charge on there. So we may be more serious about, the off-grid thing. But our property, you can see behind me, that's our property over there. It's all woods, except right where the house is. So putting up solar panels, I'd have to cut down an awful lot of trees to do that. But that's the kind of thing that you've just got to decide is what you want to do and take control of your life and live in the moment. Think about the past, think about the future. You do what's right for you, because the powers that be, the politicians and the big media networks and that, they want to control you. They want you fearful. They just bombard you day in and day out with everything that's going wrong in the world so that you'll comply with what they want. They can't stand people that are independent and free, that can survive on their own without the little government handout, every month. So, whether you live in an RV, live on a sailboat, live in the homestead, think for yourself. That's what you need to do. Free thinking, love what you're doing, be happy, because I want you living this freedom life in this everything going wrong world, whatever that means for you.